Hello, hello, beautiful people. Let's see, is the mic working? I think we're good to go. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Should probably turn off the autofocus on the camera. That gets a bit annoying after a while. Turn that off. I turn it off every time and it turns back on by itself. But anyway, we are here again. We're doing another stream tonight from the laptop. So the only difference is, of course, the backdrop and the audio quality is not going to be as great. It's not going to be as great because I'm using my headset instead of my my actual setup. We did this the other night for like 4 hours. We had a blast. It was a good time. That was a long stream, man. What is up, PJ? First in chat. What's up, Crystal? Hello. We're starting a little bit earlier tonight, so that's why I wanted to do an actual topic instead of just like a hangout session, right? You aren't afraid of what you think you're afraid of. That is going to be I got tongue-tied. That is going to be tonight's topic. You aren't afraid of what you think you're afraid of. That'll make sense in just a minute, I promise. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, some people in the last stream said that the headset audio gave them nostalgia for the old streams, so that's cool. That's cool. I've been extremely tired. Extremely tired. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Jennifer? Gamer, Remy, Bo, Erica. Hello. Hello, welcome, welcome. Maybe getting sick, I'm not quite sure. We're gonna give everybody a chance to get in here. How you doing, Jennifer? All right. Let's see here. I just realized I misspelled the title. I misspelled the title of the stream. What's up, Sky? Give me just a second, guys. Just a second. There we go. There we go. All right. Sorry, the misspelling killed me. I couldn't let that slide. I would say you never truly forget, PJ. You just become indifferent. You'll remember your journey. You'll remember your journey. Did I already welcome you, Sky? I think I did. Been doing better than I have in years. That is amazing. Long time no see. What's up, Tony? Donkey, what's up? You need to repent, absolutely. Shit's gonna be hot as hell. When the fire turns on. It's time for that later, right? So happy all the time, no time for worry. I just accept and keep living. I love it. All right, beautiful people, let's get into this one. You aren't afraid of what you think you are afraid of. So for those of you who don't know, we are streaming from the laptop instead of the actual PC. The actual PC has been giving me some trouble. Streamlabs has been extremely laggy. Just a few things going on with that. So we're doing streams from the laptop now. The only difference is that the audio quality is probably not going to be as great, simply because I'm using my headset instead of my good microphone. So with that out of the way, let's get into it. One second. Jillian says, completely forgotten what it feels like. I have anxiety over legitimate reasons now. Yeah, you remember your journey. You feel better, so it's not like you totally relate to it in the moment when you feel better, right? But you remember your journey. All right, guys, let's jump into it. You aren't afraid of what you think you are afraid of, and this is one that we've covered before, right? This is one we've covered before. This is not something brand new. This is a concept that I like to bring up from time to time because I think it's a good thing to consider. What you're actually afraid of, guys, at the end of the day, and I'll start with why this is important. This is important because if you have someone who thinks they're afraid of going crazy, for example, or if you have someone who's afraid that thinks they're afraid that they're going to have a heart attack when they get thoughts about having a heart attack, or they get thoughts about going crazy, or that scared the crap out. That one woke me up a little bit. Erica, thank you so much for the $20 tip right off the bat. I was not expecting that. My headset volume was on 100. Uh, Erica, thank you so much. Says happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. Drop some purple hearts in the chat. All right, guys. So when people get thoughts about they think they're going crazy, or they think they're going to have a heart attack, or they think this is going to happen, or this is going to happen, or that is going to happen, or that is going to happen, or I won't be able to handle this anxiety, I won't be able to do this, I won't be able to do that. When people get all these thoughts, they think that that's what they're afraid of, right? Because that seems obvious on the surface. You're like, oh, well, if I'm running around anxious because I'm afraid I'm going to have a heart attack, or if I'm running around anxious because I'm afraid I'm going to go crazy, or if I'm running around anxious because I'm afraid this bad thing is going to happen, then that's what I'm afraid of. It's not what you're afraid of, though. It's not what you're afraid of. And the reason this is important is because if you think you're afraid of the content being what your thoughts are saying, if you think you're afraid of the content, you'll never get down to the root problem, right? You'll always just get lost in content. You'll go around trying to fight with every single piece of content. Thank you so much for the purple hearts. Shout out to you again, Erica, for the $20 tip. You'll go around trying to fight every piece of content that pops into your head, which means you'll have to slay like a million dragons, right? And that's what Dr. Claire Weeks said. She said, stop trying to slay every dragon. And a big reason why that is so stressful is, number one, that's not even what you're truly afraid of anyway. You may think you are, but you're not. Now let's get into what you're truly afraid of. Let's be honest, okay? I want everyone to do a little experiment, I guess you could say, a little bit of an experiment on yourself. Now, there's a chance that some people may disagree with Donkey. I need to turn the volume down. You guys are giving me so many jump scares. Donkey, thank you so much for the $5 tip, dude. I really appreciate you. Much love to you guys. Let me give you guys a little experiment to do on yourself right now. And again, this may not apply to every single one of you, and some of you may disagree with that, and that's okay. You have your opinion, I have mine, and I totally respect it. But do a little bit of an experiment, and I want you to really think on this for just a second. I want you to really consider this, okay? Think of some of the intrusive, anxious, or scary negative thoughts that you've had that have caused you a lot of anxiety. And then I want you to ask yourself the question, if you experienced those same exact negative, intrusive, scary thoughts, but you experienced them with no anxiety came. So think about the thought for a second, something that maybe has spooked you in the past or whatever. Maybe you're over it now, right? And it's moved on to something else. But just think for a second. If I had the same thought, maybe you're having a thought right now that's causing you a lot of anxiety. If I had this same what if, this same thought that's telling me this fear might happen or this fear might happen, if I had the same thought right now in the moment, but it came with zero anxiety, absolutely zero anxiety, it didn't cause you any anxiety whatsoever, would you be as attached to that thought or afraid of that thought? the content of that thought? Would you be as attached to it or afraid of that content if it came with zero anxiety, no anxiety whatsoever, didn't come with any symptoms, you had the thought and it didn't make you feel any certain negative way? Would you still care about that thought? Would you care about it at all? Would you care about it nearly as much? Right now, some people might say, yeah, I would still care about that thought, but I want you to think a little deeper, right? I want you to think a little bit deeper. I understand some people might be out there saying to themselves right now, no wonder, bro, I think I disagree. It's okay if you disagree, but just listen for a second. No wonder, bro, I think I disagree. If I had that thought and it came with zero anxiety, I think it still might bother me. Would it bother you nearly as much, though? Do you see where I'm going with? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it wouldn't bother you at all if it came with zero anxiety, and you'd be able to probably just brush it right off. Now, that's what I'm going to say is the case for 99% of people. Maybe you're the 1% that still says, yeah, it might bother me a little bit still. Even if it came with zero anxiety, Wonder Bro, it might still bother me. Okay, maybe you are that 1%, but would it? So then my question becomes, would it bother you nearly as much, right? I'd say 99% of people are going to say it wouldn't bother them at all if it came with zero anxiety. There might be 1% that says, yes, it would still bother me if it came with zero anxiety. But would it bother you, if that's you, would it bother you nearly as much if it came with zero anxiety, right? So you can see there, whether you fall into the 99% that is going to say, no, it wouldn't bother me at all if it came with zero anxiety, or whether you fall into the 1% that says, yes, it'd still bother me, I guarantee it wouldn't bother you as much, not nearly as much, right? And the reason I'm bringing this up, some people might be watching this and thinking to themselves, well, what's your point here? My point is, you're not afraid really of what you think you're afraid of, right? Now, there's so many examples I could give, along my journey in the past when I was really, really bad off. There's so many examples I could give you guys of thoughts that bothered me, right? And I thought those thoughts bothered me because they meant something to me, and it wasn't that. It was that they caused so much anxiety in my tired nervous system that I then blamed the thought. I was like, well, I must be afraid of that thing. I was never really afraid of that thing, and I know that because nowadays I can think about the same things, but because they cause zero anxiety, I don't care too much about those thoughts, right? And that's how I know that. I can sit and watch documentaries, for example. A big trigger, used to be a huge trigger for me, was the whole going crazy thing. I can sit and watch documentaries on insane asylums or whatever, and there's no anxiety, therefore I don't care about the topic of going crazy, right? You're being bluffed, and that's why this point is so important, really. You're being bluffed into thinking that the content in your head is important when it's not. You're being bluffed by the strong physical symptoms of anxiety that come with that thought, and it's making you believe that somehow that thought is now important, or somehow you need to get to the bottom of these thoughts. You are placing the blame on being afraid of the thoughts when in reality you're just afraid of the way they make you feel, which means at the end of the day your root problem, you could say, so to speak, is not the content of the thoughts, it is your fear of the feelings that come with them, right? Now, that's a much easier thing to digest rather than trying to figure out every single thought that comes into your head that causes anxiety. Instead of trying to slay a million dragons, now you've only got one thing you need to focus on. Do you see why this is so important now, right? So instead of trying to slay a million dragons to get to the bottom of every single thought that pops up, well, now you've only got one objective. So we went from 1,000 objectives to one objective, and that one objective is very clear. My root problem is I'm afraid of the way these thoughts make me feel. I'm not really so much afraid of what the thoughts are saying. I used to think I was. Wonder Bro explained it to me. I'm really just afraid of the way the thoughts make me feel. So then becomes your one objective is to learn how to accept and not add worry or second fear, Dr. Claire Weiss called it second fear, to those feelings, and learn how to move through them, learn how to walk right through them, learn how to accept right through them, right? Because when you're trying to figure out the content, well, now you've got 1,000 objectives. You've got to figure out every thought that pops into your head. That is a never-ending battle, and it's a very stressful battle. But when you simplify it down to one objective, I got one objective. I just don't like the way these thoughts make me feel, and I'm afraid of the way they make me feel. It's not the thoughts, it's that I'm afraid of the way they make me feel. Now my one objective becomes learning how to move through these feelings, to accept these feelings, to change my perspective of these feelings. That way when a thought comes along that causes these feelings, I don't get lost in the rabbit hole of trying to figure the thoughts out. I just know how to move right through the anxiety that they cause, since that was my fear all along, right? And that is why I feel like this point is so important, right? This point is so important because if you continue to think that your real fear is the thoughts, then you'll continue to fight with the thoughts. If you continue to do that, you'll spiral, right? So you need to simplify your objective down to one very clear objective, and I think everyone understands now that their clear objective is the thoughts never mattered to you the way that you think they did. They never did. They never mattered to you the way that you think they did. It was always just fear of the feeling. And that gives us that one goal, right? To learn how to accept those feelings, to work with those feelings, to move right through those feelings. Remy says, things that helps me most is making myself get up and living, right? That is one way that you go through the feelings instead of adding so much second fear to them. So to learn how to live right through the feelings, and I don't mean live in a sluggish way. I mean actually live, right? And like she said, that is the thing that's helped me most is making myself get up and live. That is one thing that you would do. Now that you understand that your fear is not what the thoughts are saying, your fear is the feelings that come with the thoughts. Now you understand that you've got to practice those two keys, which is living right through them, learning how to accept them and walk right through them, right? Understand that they will pass, and keeping that good accepting attitude, which is a practice. It's not really a light switch. It's something you practice over time and you get better and better at. So my goal with this stream is hopefully that at least one person out there will leave this stream understanding that they no longer need to fight with every thought that pops up in their head. They just need to overcome so much fear that they have around the anxiety symptoms. Okay, and you do that by again practicing a better accepting attitude, and like Remy said, making myself get up and live right through them to gain that confidence, right? It's the feeling you don't like. And again, some people might be argumentative on that. And if you disagree with me, that's okay. That's your opinion. But if you are disagreeing with me on that, I want you to ask yourself the question, if you had the same thoughts that are causing you so much anxiety right now, if you had those same thoughts with zero anxiety, no anxiety attached to them, would you really care? And I think that's a question that everybody needs to be honest with themselves about. All right, so that was the point of tonight's stream. Let's see what you guys have been talking about. That's really all I wanted to cover on that point. If you guys got any questions about that, feel free to ask in the chat. Thank you again. Huge shout out to Donkey and Erica. Erica with the $20 tip. Happy Thanksgiving tip. Thank you so much, Erica. And Donkey with the 5 says, how you doing? I'm doing great, Donkey. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys so much. Huge shout out to them once more. Let's drop some more purple hearts, man. Drop some more purple hearts. Show the love and gratitude for our tippers. Let's see who we've got in here. We've still got Sky in here. What are you doing, Sky? We got Kate. Hello, Kate. Still got PJ in here. Sonata, hello. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Very sparsely now. The anxiety response will kick in. I know what it is, and I'm able to dismiss it. Yeah, not add second fear to it. Just understand that it's a bluff. It's a lie. It'll pass. Right. Not give it so much credit. That's what it's all about. Not giving it so much credit. My mending villager. Yes, those villagers are hard to work with. Now that I know the thoughts are BS, even though some cause feelings, I don't fear them anymore. I just laugh and say, nice try, brain. I'm not falling for it. And that's really what it is. It's a bluff that's trying to get you to fall into second fear. What is second fear? Second fear is worry, right? My true fear is the Jacks actually winning the Super Bowl. Well, I don't think your fear will come to light, PJ. That's the good news. I don't think there's a very strong chance of your fear actually happens. But I'm proud of my team, dude. They've had a decent year. Surprisingly, they've had a decent year. Who's playing tonight? The Chiefs and the Eagles, right? I think they're already playing. Experience. What's up, Kay? Experience mood swings. You can be more emotional when you're sensitized. Yes, it's not uncommon. But you learn how to accept those thoughts and feelings, right? You learn how to accept those thoughts and feelings. Acceptance is the key. Wonder Bro, what's up, Sanchez? How you doing, dude? Welcome to the stream, Sanchez. It's good to see you. It's always good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing fantastic. Need to change your attitude towards it. That's a big one. Rich, I didn't see you, Rich. I do now. What is up, Rich? How you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Remy says, fake it till you make it. Keep getting up and get moving and smile, and soon you'll see you have became what you never knew you were. I love that comment, and I'm going to break that comment down because it's a crucial one. It's a big one. A lot of people, they hear fake it till they make it, and they think that that's advice. They're like, oh, should I actually use that advice? Yes, you should use that advice. You don't have to call it fake it till you make it. You can call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it show your brain the truth, right? Because you're just living how you want your brain to follow. So it says keep getting up and get moving and smile. I love it all. This all shows your brain that the tiger is not real. Soon you'll have became what you never knew you were. All of that is very, very true. That is an excellent comment. You have to show your brain that the tiger doesn't exist. If you know the thoughts are BS and you know that you're just afraid of the feeling, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, everything we just discussed, well, now it's time to say to yourself, I need to show my brain by living a positive lifestyle that this tiger is not real. Even if I don't feel like doing it, I'm going to do it, because you can sit around and just take in the information for a very long time, but if you're not putting it into practice, then it's not going to do anything, right? Let's be honest, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. You should be living every single day as if you're already healed, which I know all of this is easier said than done, right? I know this is all easier said than done. But you should be living every single day as if you're healed, and when those thoughts and feelings are there, you should be reminding yourself that it's bullshit. That it's bullshit, and it's a false alarm. Keep that bullshit false alarm attitude and live as if you're already there. I know this is all easier said than done, but this is a daily thing that you've got to practice. And I'm here to help, right? I'm here to help. Wonder Bro, I was going to send you a tip last night. I sent $1. Did you get it? I did. I got it after the stream, though. I don't think I was live when I got it, or maybe I got it and just didn't notice. But I did get the $1 tip on the last stream, Sanchez. Thank you so much for that, dude. I appreciate it. Can you do another video on how sensitization was developed as well? Well, very quickly, so you're not waiting for that. Sensitization is basically a state where someone has gotten into a habit of extreme worry to the point that any sort of extreme worry is going to set your nerves off. Bad habits like that, and basically somebody does it to such degree that their nervous system gets really, really tired and fragile and can't really take it anymore, and they develop sensitization, which just means a tired nervous system, and now they're experiencing a lot of anxiety symptoms, and now they're adding worry to those anxiety symptoms on top of everything else, and that pushes them into severe sensitization, right? It's not dangerous, it's not harmful. It's harmful in the way that it takes away from the quality of your life, but you can get up and you can start to take your life back one step at a time. You'll begin to notice that you are no longer faking it, but actually truly living. Yes. Fake it till you make it. I always say show your brain the truth, because like Remy, for example, has been getting up, living as if she's already healed, showing her brain that there is no real danger, there is no real tiger. And I would say that she has been showing her brain the truth, right? Which is another way to word fake it till you make it. She's just been showing her brain the truth that there is no real tiger. So there's really not even anything fake about it, right? You don't feel like doing these things. You don't feel like living that way. So I guess in that way you could say it's fake. But there's really nothing technically fake about it at the end of the day, because the tiger was never real. And now you're living as if tiger's not real because it isn't. So really not even much fake about it, right? So I love it. I love it. And your brain catches up to you in time. And then she says you no longer feel like you're faking it, but are actually truly living it. It's because the brain catches up and the brain says, okay, I guess I need to set these alarms lower because they're not acting the way that they've been acting for 8 years, right? Sanchez, yes, I got the $15 Cash App. Sanchez, thank you so much, dude. I really, really appreciate you. Huge shout out in the chat. Give my boy some purple hearts. Thank you so much, Sanchez. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, dude. That takes us to 40. We are only 10 away from tip goal. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. This would technically be, I need to add this real quick. We're technically on a day 1 streak. And if we hit this today, we'll be moving on to 2 days. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Tips are always optional, but they're very much appreciated. Let's see. I'm not used to streaming from the laptop yet, so things are a little out of place. I don't know where my little snowman gif went. Thank you so much again, Sanchez. Thank you so much again, Erica and Donkey. Appreciate you guys. I used to be struggling fighting with all day, but still living my life. Yeah, you can technically still be living your life, but that's why there's 2 keys and not 1. If you're living your life, that's a great step, and you should continue to do so. But also work on your attitude. There's 2 keys, not 1. You don't want to be living your life and be up in your head fighting with every symptom and every thought, thinking that you have to. You want to try to have an accepting mindset. You want to try to practice an accepting mindset. Thoughts come and you're tempted to worry over them, and you just say, nah, I'm not going to do it. It'll pass on its own, right? And then you get back to living. So you need to have the mental stuff just like you've got the physical stuff. What's with feeling weird? I often can't pinpoint a sensation. I just feel weird, strange, and it's quite triggering. You could just be experiencing... Rich! Thank you so much, Rich. That takes us to tip goal. That breaks tip goal. We are at 60, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Spam, man. Spam them purple hearts. You could just be feeling a little bit disconnected from so much obsession, Sam. When you obsess to a certain degree, you start to feel a little disconnected just because your brain is very tired. Your brain is basically, it's a muscle, right? So when you do a lot of obsession and you do nothing but think about anxiety and worry about anxiety, after a while it sort of takes its toll and your brain gets tired. You overwork. You can overwork any muscle in your body, right? If you go to the gym and you're constantly doing reps, you're going to overwork your arms. Well, you can overwork your brain. It's not dangerous, but it will make you feel a little disconnected because all you're doing is working that muscle to such a degree that you feel disconnected, you feel strange or weird or unreal, not with it, as Gamer says, not with it. I've been feeling my mind with fake air quotes excitement of holidays, even would fake get hyper in hot tub. Now I'm truly excited. It's amazing. Yeah, so what Remy's saying is she has been living as if she's already healed, even though she didn't feel like doing it at first, and I'm sure it took a lot of willpower, but she made herself live as if she's already healed. And what's happened is her brain is starting to learn that all these years of thinking there was a tiger, there was no tiger based on her new lifestyle. So it's starting to catch up and actually physically lower her anxiety levels. And now all of the faking it feels real because she feels better. Right, so that's what she's saying there, and that's why one of my 2 main keys is live as if you're already healed. Everything that's Remy is saying in the chat right now is one of the reasons, the reason why living as if you're already healed is one of my 2 keys. What is the other 2 key? Try to have a better accepting attitude, right? When those thoughts come, remind yourself they'll pass. You don't have to fight with them. It is what it is. When those feelings come, remind yourself that you can handle it, you can do it. You know, whatever your accepting inner voices are, as long as you're not fighting and ruminating and worrying over those thoughts and feelings, you're catching that worry, you're catching that rumination, you're replacing it with a short, sweet, simple, accepting inner voice, and you're living your life. That's always been the 2 main keys since the very beginning, and we've just put it a million different ways. Whatever resonates with you, run with it. But yeah, that's why I love Remy's comments so much right now. Don't even question much anymore. It is what it is. Literally, we'll all be dust soon anyway. Yes. Rich, thank you again for the tip. Let's go over those names again. Sanchez, Donkey, Rich, and Erica. Thank you guys so much for not only hitting our tip goal, but breaking our tip goal. Really appreciate it. It's good. Wonder Bro, I missed the point of the stream. I was out living normal life. What's up, Luis? Just very quickly, the point of the stream was that you're not actually afraid of the thoughts in your head. You're afraid of the way they make you feel. So stop fighting with the thoughts in your head because it's not your true fear anyway. You just don't like the way they make you feel. Hey, Wonder Bro, my kid is listening to her first stream. Say hi to Sophia. Hello, Sophia. welcome to the stream. Of course, Sam, say to yourself every time you find yourself feeling that way and obsessing about it, it's okay to feel like this is not a danger, it'll pass. Yes. Got to keep that accepting attitude, stop adding all that second fear. If we can obsess over worry, we can force our minds to obsess over life, laundry, cleaning, holidays, family, friends, pets, etc. Just do it. Yeah, that's a good point. If you can spend so much unnecessary time, energy, and focus worrying about all the bad shit, imagine what would happen if you flip that on its head and instead of fighting with those thoughts, just accepting those thoughts and saying, you know what, it'll pass, and then putting all of your time, focus, energy, and obsession into good things in life, living life, right? That is an excellent point. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Here's the cool thing about streaming from the laptop. Is when I want to lay back, I can do so. It's very nice, very nice. Not the most flattering angle in the world, but I'm really glad the laptop handles my streaming needs. It's pretty convenient. It's pretty nice. It's hard when second fear is automatic with the what if. Well, second fear would be what you attach to the what if. You're going to get what if thoughts. You're going to get negative intrusive thoughts. That's not necessarily second fear. Second fear is when you start to fight with the what ifs, argue with the what ifs, worry over the what ifs instead of just acknowledging them, accepting them, and deciding that they'll pass on their own while you busy yourself with normal everyday life. So I hope that helps clear up for you the difference between first and second fear. Make your day/mind too busy to have time to worry. That's one way to put it. And then accept whatever comes your way while you're doing that, right? Because, like, for example, when Remy made the choice to change her life and live in the way that she's living, you know, at first I'm sure there was a ton of feelings. There may still be some feelings, but it's you accept it and you just get right back into living. Hello, Carrie. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing fantastic. Yeah, you can take this information in and day out, but if you're not using it, it's it's not going to serve you, and that seems obvious. Like, why would you say that? I know that. Well, it seems obvious, but a lot of times people will take in anxiety information, and it's one thing to take it in, but it's another thing to use it, right? It's one thing to take it in, but it's another thing to use it. Everything Remy is saying is so true. When you get back into life and out of your feelings, you won't have time. No time for anxiety, no time for stupid shit. Yeah, you're just too busy with the real world. You've put your focus on more meaningful things rather than anxiety. And when you put your energy into more meaningful things, soon you'll be doing less worry naturally. Naturally, you'll be doing less worry. Again, one of the bigger reasons why living your life is one of my 2 keys. Yeah, the worrisome thoughts feel so important because they cause you to feel anxiety, and that was really the point of this stream, was saying, hey, they're gonna feel real because they cause you anxiety, but that doesn't make them real. Just because the thought feels real in your body due to anxiety does not make the thought real. Again, that sounds like a very obvious statement, but you know, you tend to forget those little things in the moment, and I'm just here to remind you, right? This time I'm not stopping. I'm using my stubborn/obsessive mind to become a mighty freight train on living. I love it. I love it. Yeah, we're just in the hangout portion of the stream, guys, so just sit back, relax. We're just going to chill for a little bit. If you change your perspective, then you'll change your life. Absolutely. Courage to let go for such a long time. I thought I was helping myself, trying to anyway. Gotcha. Kibby Star, what's up? Caught a live stream. Awesome. Yes, you did. Hello, sir. Hello. Just got back, exposing myself to a grocery store run, so uncomfortable and almost wanted to leave, but I stuck with it. It's definitely a process, learning experience. Well, you made the right decision. You absolutely made the right decision. So congrats on that. Give yourself a pat on the back, and you know what? Celebrate your victories. Celebrate your victories. A lot of people don't give themselves credit where credit is due, and everybody's so hard on themselves. Nobody celebrates their victories. Nobody celebrates themselves and everything that they've been through and the things that they've learned. And no, you might not feel perfect, but you don't have to feel perfect to celebrate even your smallest victories, right? Who said you have to feel perfect to be able to celebrate a victory, big or small? You should make it a part of your daily routine to celebrate all victories that you have, even if you're just at the stage right now where getting up and taking a shower was a victory. It should be celebrated. And by celebrated, I mean you should at least give yourself a pat on the back. You have to learn how to, celebrate yourself. Yes, life is short. Take your power back. Life is very, very short. And, you can wait around for a long time, but there's really no sense in it, right? It'll start with you. Says I so want out of this prison. It'll start with you. No matter how you feel, you get up and you live today as if you're already healed, no matter what. You stay productive, you stay on the ball. When those thoughts and feelings come, you remind yourself that they will pass on their own. You don't have to force them to pass. It is a bluff, it is a misfire, it is a false alarm. Whatever you want your accepting inner voice to be, you keep that accepting inner voice and you live as if you already feel like $1,000,000. And you do it because life is short and because you want out of this thing and you want you want to train your brain, right? So if you want out of this prison, you've got the keys right there in your hand. It's going to come down to a matter of whether or not you put those keys in the lock and turn it, or you just continue to hold the keys in your hand and you don't take any action. A lot of people are holding the keys. A lot of people are dangling the keys around, right? They're dangling those keys around. They're just not putting them in the door. Like this, around my neck with 2 keys on it for a while and then grab it during the day and say I have the keys. I love it. I love it. Symbolical. I love it. I love it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't hold it against anybody that's in that place. Sometimes it may sound like I'm ridiculing or being too aggressive when I tell people, hey, look, you know this stuff, you're just not doing it. I'm not trying to be aggressive, and I'm definitely not trying to ridicule. I know what it feels like to be in the place where you've learned about acceptance and you know that you need to get up and you need to do this and you need to do that. I know how it feels to be in that place where you know you need to live your life and it would make you feel better, but you just can't make yourself do it. And I know what it feels to be like in that place where you've got the info, all right, but you're not using it. And I know that's a tough place to be. I understand that, but I just try to motivate because, like Remy said, life is very short. It's actually very, very short. You think you've got time, right? And that's something that shook me up, but in a good way, when I heard that a long time ago. It was a quote that said, I think it was the Buddha or something. I'm not sure who it came from, but it was a quote that said, you think you have time, and that's the problem. Now, I'm not saying you're in a great rush. I'm not saying that you don't have time. But when you let 20 years go by, 30 years go by, and you're still just running off the idea that I've got time, well, well, yeah, you've got time, but do you really got time to sit and not do what you know needs to be done? Because when time passes, there's no getting it back. And again, this is not a scare tactic. This is just me saying, look, the pain of regret hurts a lot worse than the pain of facing your anxiety. I promise. So just keep that in mind. Try to motivate yourself. I'm not putting you on a time frame. I'm not trying to rush you, right? It's none of that. I'm not saying you're in a big rush. I'm just saying you should probably get started, right? You should probably get started. I have 90% zero energy or desire to take a bath tonight or do laundry, but I'm 100% going to be doing it. If I get anxious, oh well, my clothes and body will be clean. I love it. That's the that is the healing attitude. Used to wonder how I'd survive if I didn't worry, and now I wonder how I'd survive if that's all I did. Big change of events there. I love it. Yeah, PJ, like I said, I'm not putting a rush on anything, but it's kind of like, at what point do you decide that you know all this stuff? You already know all this stuff, and you need to get up and you need to live, and you need to, no matter how bad you feel, you need to show your brain that this danger doesn't exist, and you need to keep that accepting attitude. At what point do you start doing all that and staying consistent with it, right? And just break out of the cycle of, I've got the information, but I'm not fully dedicating to it. I mean, imagine where you'd be today if you would have fully dedicated to this stuff. Imagine if you woke up every day and lived as if you were already healed, right, on top of the world, with your anxiety levels at least. Imagine if you would have started that 2 years ago, right? I don't know how long everybody's individual journey has been, but imagine if you would have started this stuff a year ago, right? Where you'd be today. It's like it's the same thing they say about going to the gym, right? Imagine where you'd be if you started going to the gym 1 year ago from today, right? And it makes you think a little bit. That imagination is just there to make you think a little bit, like, wow, yeah, I could probably be in places I never thought possible if I would have started a year ago. But then the next thing is, what it also makes you think is, okay, well, I could start now, and then next year I'll find out. Next year I'll find out, right? Good job, Remy. Good job on really taking and running with this stuff. It's awesome. I just want to give hope to you all. I followed Clear Weeks and Wonder Bro probably 2 years ago. This is in the past for me now, and I can remember how I thought it was going to be like this from now on. I love the success story, Jillian. We've got a lot of success stories in here tonight, a lot of positive comments. Thank you guys for popping in and sharing that with everybody. It's a true help, and it really does inspire others. So thank you for doing that. I really do appreciate it. How are you doing tonight, Crystal, Sky? How you guys doing? Doing well, I hope. It is a very windy night here. I can hear it outside. Very windy night. Bro, thank you so much for having the balls to make a video due to your own suffering back in 2016. Probably wouldn't have made the progress I have without it. Oh, absolutely, dude. When I made that, those original videos, I had no plans on this becoming like a full-time thing. But it just kind of worked out that way. So here we are. It's freezing here. It's 45 here, so it's not as cold as it has been, but it's extremely, extremely windy. Extremely windy. I think people probably just forget and move on with their lives. I happened to catch the stream and wanted to give someone hope. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people, once they've gotten to a place where they feel comfortable and they feel like they've gotten, they're back on steady ground or whatever, they'll just move on. And that's fine. It's bittersweet. They never have to visit us again if they don't want to, right? They got what they came for. But I do appreciate it when people make it a point to just pop back in and say, hey man, this stuff works, and keep at it, and just spread a little bit of inspiration to everybody in the chat. I do appreciate you taking the time to do that, Jillian. I would understand if you didn't, right? I would understand. You got what you came for. But I do appreciate that you take the time to do that. It means a lot to me. How you doing tonight, Jennifer? Rich? Sky? Mr. Sky? Everyone is different in what got us here. Yeah, everyone's got a different story, but it's the same situation, right? At the end of the day, truly it is. Everyone is 100% able to heal and move on, yes. Actual purpose behind all of this? What do you mean? Like anxiety? Life? Same here. I enjoyed a beautiful summer, fully recovered thanks to Wonder Bro advice. Recovery is 100% possible if you put in the work. So much positivity tonight. So many success comments. I love it. Taking advantage of those seconds, no longer joining in on the... I think the comment got cut off. A lot of different opinions on that question, PJ. My personal opinion, I think it's just all an experience. I don't think there's a grand purpose behind it all, and I don't think there needs to be. And I think if you can let go of the idea that there needs to be and just realize that the purpose can be just having the experience, then you'd have a much better time. Now, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. We will start coaching again soon. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Just reach out anytime. If you're ready to start again, yeah, no problem. Yeah, we're just chilling, guys. Time is a little after 9. I'm thankful for anxiety. It helped me learn so much about myself and become more authentic and real. I did not feel any emotions for 8 years. The anxiety helped me to find myself again. I think it's amazing when people take their anxiety journeys, their anxiety stories, and turn them into life lessons. I always try to tell people, hey, this teaches you a lot about life, not just anxiety. I always tell people it's good life advice, not just good anxiety advice. So yeah, I think it's awesome that you found some positive things, uh, positive ways to look at the anxiety journey. Rich. Glad you're staying on board, Remy. That's awesome. Good night, Jennifer. Thank you for being here. Yeah, you're healing as long as you're not fueling the fire and you're just up living your life, right? You're healing as long as you're not jumping up and down on the broken ankle, so to speak. It's an analogy that I often use. I'm a big fan of. I've learned a lot about myself through this anxiety experience. There's a lot that you can take out of it, man. There is a lot that you can take out of it. State of nothingness for an eternity. If you're in a state of nothingness, though, you wouldn't be aware that you were in a state of nothingness, so would it really be that big of a bother? You were technically dead millions and billions of years before you were born, and you never complained once. I was in the hot tub, forced myself to get in. A sprinkle of rain came, the wind blew, and one leaf fell on my head. That was me. That was so precious. That is life. A hot tub? Oh, that would be great. What's up, Jesse? How you doing, Jesse? Big stretch. Big stretch, big stretch. All right, beautiful people, we are at that 1 hour mark. I've had a great time hanging out with you guys tonight. This has been a good one. Thank you for all the love and support, man. I hope the point of the stream resonates with somebody. I hope somebody out there watches this one and says, things just got a lot more simpler for me. So that was the goal of this one, man. But thank you guys again for being here. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the excellent questions after the fact. I really appreciate it. If you're interested in any coaching, man, if you want to get on the phone with me and see if we can work some things out for you, if you're interested in coaching, reach out any of the social media, Vacate Fear. And yeah, just leave a quick like if you enjoyed today's stream. I'd like to do more of these. Maybe we'll do another hangout stream here soon this coming week. We did a hangout stream the other day. It was like 4 hours long. We had a blast. Maybe we'll do that again. I'm going to keep up with the videos. Continue to toss those likes, man, those comments. Every little thing you do really helps the channel grow, and you never know who it might reach that really needs this information. So thank you guys for doing your part. I'll continue to do my part, and let's continue healing the world, man. Let's continue healing the world. I love you guys. Again, thank you so much for being here, and until next time, as always, stay awesome, beautiful people.